think about the grace, only thing help me save a day. I can take you back to when I ain't give a fuck. Hard strings go the wrong way when you ignorant. Now that I think back, it ain't too easy loving me. Bruh, when I flip scales, it get ugly. I remember you.
Empire, TG was good. Man, I feel it's real therapeutic. Not only therapeutic, but I feel it's something unique to be right here under this pine tree. You know, I'm looking at the water. You can't see the water right now, but I'll probably add some B-roll. You can see the water, the pond, this fountain that you hear. But today, man, I'm coming to y'all to talk about women, you know? And it could be some other things, but women will be a main topic. It's about time y'all grow the fuck up and realize that her beauty doesn't move the fucking needle. You know? As beautiful as women are, as pretty as they are, as much as I love a fat ass and a figure eight, a fine silhouette, just like you do and my other fellow gentlemen, it don't move the fucking needle. It just don't. It's about time you start locking in on the spiritual over the physical, because the physical is just a translation of the spiritual, man. So when I say shit like that, I'm talking about somebody's character, you know? What they desire, what they care about. You know, one thing I went around, if y'all have seen some of my other videos, I went around asking women, what is something you care about so much you could talk about it all day? And as simple as that question is, it holds weight, because no answer is an answer. If she mentions something that's extremely personal, that's easy, that's simple, my son, my husband, you know, or she gives you an answer that's unique to her, whether it be anime, whether it be water, whether it be nature, whether it be horses, no matter what it is, man, you have to get to screening these women by asking them spiritual questions, man, not physical ones. Man, and it's not going to make sense to a lot of y'all, because a lot of y'all is thinking what y'all did. And that's just the gist of the situation. A lot of y'all want to get laid more than you want to find somebody that can help you get to the golden goal. Shout out to the previous video. But at some point, you have to prioritize something. At some point, you have to have a goal. And at some point, you have to realize that the only way you get to that goal is by being around people and environments and situations that get you to that goal. That's why I salute pimps, man, because they get it. Now, of course, manipulation in that aspect, you know, is wrong, and there's better ways to make money than to use the lower nature of a woman, you know. But the mindset of you have to provide value to me first before this relationship even initiates. That's what the gist of this video is about, man. That part of the ism. Finding value in somebody before you decide to initiate the relationship. And some of y'all will say, well, her giving me pleasure is value. Man, shut your dumb ass up, man. Her giving you pleasure is of your lower nature. That's why I started with the spiritual aspect first. Start with the spiritual, man. What is your spiritual goal? First off, motherfucker, why are you here? In this game, if you want to consider it a game, what is your character? Shout out to Immortal Minds for asking that question. I was watching his video and he asked that question. In this game reality, what is your character? Who is your character? Who are you? You know? It makes you think. It makes you really think. Of course, my answer came like that because I've been on this journey since I was 19 years old. I know who my character is. But you know what? Once you define your character, you define your enemies. That's why a lot of y'all are scared to define your character. Once you define your character, you define your helping cast. And the winners in life have held the burden of defining their character. It's scary because you know this. You already know what I'm telling you is true. That's why you still watching this video at minute 5. Because you know what I'm telling you is the truth, man. And it's real poetic being under this pine tree. Because this pine tree had the genetic information in its seed that it was going to be a pine. And through being a pine tree, its enemies is certain types of climate and environment. You know? Its enemies is certain types of insects, certain types of pests. But its reward, its benefits, who it is a sturdy foundational tree. You know? And that's when it comes to defining your character. I know I went on a tangent about your character, and I started it with women, man, but this is the gist of it. This is what really matters, because before you define your character, you have no business in engaging in relationships with anybody else. Gold is forged in the furnace 7 times before it's pure. It's purified. You got to go through the furnace, dog. The abyss. That soul searching. And I can't help you through it, dog. As much as I want to be able to help you, I can't. I can't. It's the road less traveled. It's the rite of passage. Peace, love, prosperity. 999, all love. Santa Maria. I'm going to end it with this, man. And there's no guarantee you're going to survive. But are you going to be the motherfucker who never tried and walks through this life soulless? Or are you going to be a fighter? I'll let you think about which one God respects more. Me llamo Don Jalen. Hasta luego, mi amigo.